And that is right. Sorry about technical difficulties. As you can see, doing this from a little bit of a different location. So, be cool too. I've got some of my own wrestling collection behind me and hopefully better Wi-Fi. But this is the channel. Sorry, this is the podcast. This is the Raining Rock podcast. I am Excellence himself. Let me find my picture. 1 second. Ricky Goldman. Do grab yourself a drink, like, subscribe, and let's bring my two guests in. He is the man himself. He is TJ.
TJ Thaddeus.
And how are you today?
TJ Thaddeus here, coming to you live from the States, from Baltimore, Maryland. Anything you need to know about blurred culture, wrestling culture, I'm your guy. I'm your blurred. Acknowledge.
And you, yeah, I will. We acknowledge. And you'll have to come up with a kind of a nickname, just so I can give you a nickname. Like, I'm the Excellence one, and
the Wrestling Blurred.
There we go then. Yeah, there we go. The Wrestling Blurred. That's your nickname from now on. That's a nice nickname. And my guest host this week, he is FTW owner, wrestling article writer, former AEW Prediction Champion. He is the man himself. He is Byron.
Timeless Trey J Styles, you guys. The Hands of Zeus is here in the state of Virginia. I'm actually in work, but I'll be leaving here soon, so I'll be able to give you guys all the attention and all the news and everything else in wrestling was.
So, yeah, I think you've been on here before. I think you did a quiz before. So, just for those that don't know you, a couple of minutes just to tell people how long, 25 years it would be for me in December. I've been watching wrestling. I feel old. So, how long have you been watching wrestling, and who's your favorite of all time?
Wait. 25 years makes you feel old, and like the fact that I've been watching wrestling for 38 years probably makes me old. But I don't, it's so crazy. Like old time, AJ Styles has always been my favorite wrestler. I've been a big fan since his TNA days. I've followed him through New Japan, love him in WWE. It's just it's so great to see people who've had that kind of longevity in their careers, because that's really what you want. You hate to see those stories where people get injured in wrestling and then just kind of be done.
And who's your current favorite? Is it your tribal chief?
My current, it's not. It's the People's Champ. I'm sorry.
Oh, The Rock.
Yeah, it's The Rock. I always have to pick The Rock when it comes to my current, because I've met him in person too, so that also kind of helps. So.
Oh yeah. Oh wow. What was he like?
It was right after Fast 5. Yep. And he was
wow.
He was doing press, and and I met him, and I got he was like, hey, come out here. He went into this like coffee shop, and I was in there, and he was like just so nice to everybody. Like he bought everybody's stuff, and then he talked to me while he was in the line. So it was fantastic.
I would have been completely starstruck. I wouldn't able to have said anything to him. Be like, just
and then he would have translated that like, "Nice to meet you too."
Right.
I got starstruck.
No, he beating dolls. He would have took every word out of your mouth. He'd have been like, "Nice to meet you too." Oh, you have a podcast? Oh, I'll shout it out.
I got starstruck meeting Dolph Ziggler because I've got to a convention here in the UK. It's called Love of Wrestling. Dolph Ziggler were there, and I was like, fumbling over it because he had the New Japan title. I wanted to hold that and get in a picture with him, and I was fumbling and just. So to imagine if I met The Rock.
I gotta tell you, I should tell you one of these days about my Roman Reigns story when I met him in the airport.
You met Reigns as well.
Yep. So I got pictures. It was I got a picture with Bray Wyatt that day because he was in the TSA line, literally right behind me. I met Natalia and Tyson Kidd, and so when I'm in the airport, coming out of the little knick-knack shop, or kind of like the where people buy gum and stuff like that, I see Reigns, and it was so funny because it was he looked like a person who had just woken up, got no sleep. His hair was wrapped, and he was just man, he was so chilled. I was like, man, keep doing what you're doing, man. Keep doing what you're doing. This is like
How-
before.
So before you continue, Ricky, can we touch on the subjects of not being marked and respecting wrestlers' privacy? Like, for instance, I have a story too. I saw Jimmy Uso at Jackson Hartfield in Atlanta. However, he was going up, I was going down. I didn't mark out. I just waved. He just gave the head nod. That was it. But I saw that's how my experience with Jimmy Uso went because he was in a rush. But you have some marks out here. Go ahead, Ricky.
Yeah, I suppose. I know you're going to say the people that queue up in a airport waiting to get their autograph. That's too much.
Yeah, the people who
The ones that go outside because when they're over here, fans will wait outside for them outside the hotel. That's kind of what they expect.
In the words of a wise man from Charles County, Maryland, don't do S word.
Outside the hotel, I suppose that's what they expect. But at the airport, they're getting off a long flight, and you're there. Sign this, or I can sell it on eBay or whatever. Mm-hmm. No. But when did you meet Reigns? How long was it? While he was in the Shield, or?
This would have been. I'm trying to remember exactly because I want to say it had to be around 2016, I think. So it was after the Shield. No matter of fact, it was 2019. Yeah, it was after the Shield. It was because I remember Eric Rowan was still there because I remember meeting him too. But it was really cool. Like he was just really nice. I was like, hey, it's like you're Roman Reigns. He was like, yeah. I was like, that's what's up. Really cool. And like I didn't really like ask him for nothing because he just looked like he was, wasn't game ready. But like I said, when it was Santino Marella was there, I think what was the one? Angel Garza, he was there. They were coming, they had done a show like the previous day. It was like the New Year's Eve show or something. They had all been on SmackDown. But like I kind of actually held a conversation with Bray Wyatt because we were in the TSA line, so it was kind of like, he was really cool,
super nice, isn't he? Super nice. Again, I met Bray, Eric, and Santino at the wrestling convention. Yeah. Bray, super nice.
Absolutely.
And I got to hold the actual unit. Well, I don't know if it was a universal title off TV or they may take a different one to these conventions. But if it was a one off TV, I got to actually hold the actual universal title, which was cool. Nice. Santino, I had a sock puppet, and Santino signed that for nothing. And Eric Rowan, I took a sheet mask to get the WWE Kids magazine. A sheet mask was in it, and he looked at it like, what's that? Where did you get that? He was so like mesmerized that they sold them outside of WWE. But we have this to deal with, and that is it new? Is it still prediction champion? And the answer is... That is right. New prediction champion. That champion is... wrong way. I'm still going the wrong way. That way. TJ. TJ's won the title. There is 2 titles. Another title added to his collection.
Nice.
TJ 2 titles.
And TJ currently holds the quiz championship. So hoping get you back on, Byron, and you and TJ go at it over a quiz.
Oh, now that was fun.
That's
you don't want me to bring it. You need me at half speed. That's what you need.
You just and I'll do today.
I'll do a round about AJ Styles. Hopefully, TJ knows about AJ Styles.
Does TJ know about AJ Styles?
I like to do a round that the challenger's going to know about. Just one round, so they've kind of got the advantage. So, first segment here is TJ knows what it is, but I'll play it, and it is... So what cooking at the table? So a 2-minute chat. So we'll start with you, Byron. What have you been up to in the last week or a couple of weeks?
Well, I'm back at work. So that's been kind of just getting back into the flow of things. Definitely been enjoying wrestling. FTW is probably the hottest that it's ever been. It's one of the best prediction leagues. I love doing it. It's how I met Ricky, because Ricky was doing promos in another place, and then I was like, "Yo, we got to get that guy. We have to get that guy." And whenever he shows out, I mean, Ricky's challenge for titles. He was just in a number one contenders match, matter of fact, over the weekend, and he did really well in that. And I'm just, like I said, just waiting to see what happens next. I think that, the Seth Rollins and CM Punk segment was amazing. The new news about Stephanie Vaquer coming to WWE is amazing, especially when you think about like the stories that actually go along with that, because she was holding 2 titles over there, and there was a dude that was in jail specifically because he was a threat to her. So like, what does that mean for this? So there's gonna be a lot of things that fall out from this situation. So I'm just really interested to see. And wrestling is always just right now wrestling is what's cooking, especially Joe Hendry.
But she wasn't in AEW for very long, was she? I think she had a match with Sasha Banks, Mercedes Moné, call it what you like, and that was it. So, not that I watch AEW to know, but I'd see it on Facebook and I look at the results. So
yeah, so she was big on CMLL, so that was really her like home place. So I mean, it's going to be really interesting with the people that they're bringing in WWE. A lot of potential stars. And
TJ will have to join your predictions league. I'll send him a link later on. Get you in as well, TJ. And if you're any good at cutting promos, great. If you're not, fine.
Yeah, we do.
Because on to the next subject with ODW, with Ricky Excellence and his rivalry with Danny Reed. Danny's been shooting promos at Ricky, but Ricky just has been like bland. Like Danny needs you to work on your promo skills so Danny can shoot those shots.
Nah,
I just keep it.
This thing get cooking. It's a wrap for anybody. There are not very many good.
Not bland. I just keep it simple, just straight to the point. I'm gonna beat you. There you go.
So my character is extra because my character is a drag queen.
No, I just say I'm gonna beat you 1, 2, 3, and that's it.
Oh, Danny calls his fans and everybody else love muffins.
I know, I've seen, but I keep it simple to the point.
So so the question is, on ODW After Party on Sunday, will Ricky Excellence display excellence, or will Danny stomp on him like a bad love muffin?
We'll have to wait and see. And I'll take your advice and step up my game at the promos. Anyway,
and the link will be shared to ODW in the chat.
So yes, I'll share that now. Give me a second. I'll put that up now for those only that wants to join it. So where is it? Somewhere there. So OVW Overdose Wrestling. It's a character-based thing. TJ's got a good character. So yeah.
Okay. Well, I'll definitely be checking this out.
I'll send you the link for that as well then later. So TJ, I know you've been in the process of moving. What else have you been up to?
Just been in the process of moving. I finally got a job at the place I'm moving to. I'm moving to Louisiana. To basically move out of the hometown of Baltimore, because once you've been someplace your whole life, things kind of get cramped.
True.
Suppose.
And the one thing I will say is wrestling is definitely cooking. The Netflix deal I'm really excited about, because on Netflix they'll be able to curse. You'll be able to see like, oof.
Yeah, they're gonna show out on Netflix.
Give me 1 second, there we go. Right.
Back to the PG era.
Right. The PG
and what as Triple H said on the, I'm going to call it press conference, I'm calling it post show now, whatever, press conference, 80% of the world can watch instantly. That's massive.
Yeah.
And Triple H said as time goes on, it'll be the rest of the whole world. So the whole world watching. You think the ratings are good now? Wait till they go to Netflix.
Exactly.
And he also said in commentary, and it's actually true when you think about it. And when he says to the marks and people that are like, "Oh, wrestling is fake," well, Triple H said Yes, but we're doing a show where wrestling is the center of everything.
Yeah.
Not fake, scripted and predetermined. Yes, fake. No, they're slamming on a wooden ring with that much padding. It hurts. I was on 2 months training, and that was enough for me. And I thought, oh, no.
People kill me
And
with fake because I'm like, the
we will
Avengers are
get to the
fake.
training part later.
What were you saying? Sorry.
I was just saying, like, people kill me with the word fake because, like, the Avengers are fake, but they still spend $22 billion on that. So
The suspension of disbelief. For instance, Star Wars. If you go in thinking we're not really in space, this is all CGI green screen. That spoils it. You know they're not in space, but you're lost in that fantasy for 2 hours, 3 hours, how long the movie's on for. It's a fantasy world. You know they're not really in space, but
and lightsabers
you don't want to be told they're not in space because it just spoils it.
Exactly.
If the actor came at the beginning and said, "Oh, well, everything you're about to see is not real. We're not really in space. We're all actors. Nobody really dies," you'd think, "Huh, okay then, boring."
I mean, you look at something like Chelsea Green's fall during Money in the Bank, and then you're like, "Yeah, this is fake." Nah, bro, that's a fall.
And Chelsea Green could take some damage. She was in Lucha Underground.
Yeah, she's double tough.
She's a pretty good. Yeah, Zack Ryder got him a good one.
Yeah.
Just let me clean my glasses. Right. Okay, there we go. So, I don't know if you probably seen this on Facebook, Byron. What the stuff I make? I don't know if you bother looking, but the stuff I make every week at a craft class. I don't know if you look at those things. If you don't, that's news to you, I suppose. Last week didn't go because it was voting here in the UK. I voted, but I did get a gift. I don't go, but I did order something, and it just came today, and that is this, and it's a Roman Reigns tumbler. So
nice.
So yeah, got that today. And going to the gym. Obviously, we're going to the gym, trying to get big and strong, trying to keep fit.
Can't wait to go back to the gym after I move.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but you got to eat healthy. Well, I try and eat healthy, but I like my cakes, I like my biscuits, I like my pizza, I like my energy drinks too much.
Well, I have a fast metabolism, so all that stuff can actually go through me.
I'm not like The Rock that eats super healthy. No.
And I got abs.
Yeah. When The Rock says that, like, putting sauce on his baked chicken was his cheat day, I said that man is on a whole nother level.
So there's a comedian from Houston, Roxy Hayes. You ever heard of her?
Roxy Hayes. I think she used to tour with Cat Williams, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
So Roxy Hayes is Roxy Hayes is an American comedian. She's black, but she's also a nerd. And she's into wrestling, she's into everything. And she said this. She was like this, I hate dating personal trainers. They're good to fuck, but I hate dating personal trainers. They invite you over to their house for dinner, and you think dinner's gonna be good, but it's nothing but a bunch of boiled chicken and rice.
Of course.
And then they want to take you out to the gym on a date.
You go to their house. Well, what's for dinner? Oh, I'm looking forward to this. Chicken and rice. Well, lovely, thank you.
Or then they say you want a milkshake and it's nothing but whey protein in it.
Look,
years ago had whey protein, and I was expecting to get up and look like Popeye the next day. And my mum said, "No, doesn't work like that at all. You've got to put in the training, and the whey protein is just a small part of it."
Yeah, so it's mostly diet. So the whey protein basically does help you build the muscles, but it's mostly good for recovery. Creatine is just water muscle. So if you stop taking creatine, the water muscle will deflate and you'll actually be worse off. Definitely. But it's about finding the right whey protein that's right for you. You'll know it's not right for you if after you've taken it after a week, it starts to taste salty.
Yeah, then so we'll get to our next segment here, and TJ can announce it once I play the video. And give me a second here, and that is this.
movie talk.
Movie
So
talk. So 3 movies. I don't know if Byron watches movies or you. But the 3 movies I've watched are The Walk on Netflix. That's a good film based on true events. That's a good film. Beverly Hills Cop, Axel F. Great film. Yeah. Classic. They brought it back. I don't think it's as good as the originals or the sequel, the ones beforehand, but it's good. And I'll sit and watch anything. No Time to Spy, a Loud House movie. The Big Show was in it, and I didn't know Big Show was in it until I watched it. I was like, I recognize that voice. Googled it, Big Show.
I love the Loud House.
Yeah, my kids love it.
So I didn't know there was a Big Show. I was like, I recognize that voice. Google Big Show. So I was like, hey, cool. So Byron, have you watched? Do you watch movies?
So the last 3 that I saw, I watched Despicable Me 4 last night. That was really
What's that?
Great. Despicable Me 4 with
Green. Oh yeah, is it good? Is it good?
Yeah. Oh, I loved it. It was hilarious. And I found out they announced Shrek 5, so I'm like super hype about that. And they got the original cast back. I watched The Beekeeper with Jason Statham.
Good film, isn't it? Good film. Good film.
Really good. And I watched Bad Boys Ride or Die.
Is that good?
Yes. Like it's not the best in the series, but it's pretty great.
I tend to watch movies on either Netflix or do you have Fire Stick in America? Amazon Fire Stick? Right. So I watch movies on there. I very rarely go to the next time I'm going to the cinema is to watch Red One with The Rock. That's it. And Moana 2, I think, is out in November, so I'll watch that. Other than that, I'll sit and watch a movie for free. Why go to the cinema and pay and trailers and just get straight to the movie and watch it?
I need my trailers, though. I need my trailers, guys, so I can know what's out.
And besides, movie theaters here in America actually have reclining seats.
Yep.
But you got people walking past, like I said, trailers. You can pause if you're at home. You can pause it.
And if you pay extra, you can go into the restaurant and watch the movie. Where you have
you can't just say if you're at home and you need a toilet, you can pause it. You can't say to the cinema guy, "Oh, just pause it and go into the toilet." No one else would like that. So,
you need a regimented bathroom schedule. Like Sheldon.
I get people like going to the cinema. I get like people going to the cinema. I'm just not one of those. Anyway, it is what it is. TJ, I know have you been watching any more documentaries or any more series or movies?
The last documentary that I saw was actually I've been watching Watch Mojo. So the last Watch Mojo I saw was disgraced bands bands that were disgraced by one member, and my number 1 pick came up. I'll say his name because you know who he is because he's in Wales. He's from Wales. Ian Watkins.
If it's not 50 Cent, I don't know.
Ian Watkins was a member of the band Lost Prophets.
Yeah, I don't know him.
I'm not going to say what his charges were, but they were pretty egregious, and because of that, the band had to dissipate.
Unless it's 50 Cent or Queen.
And his connection with WWE is he did a lot of the themes for WWE. Lost Prophets, you remember them, right? Mm-hmm. They did the Jeff Hardy tribute. They did the song Rooftops when they were doing the Jeff Hardy tribute.
What, when he won the title?
When they were trying to build him up, they were like standing on the rooftops. That was their song.
No idea. No, sorry.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about that.
Yeah, but so for some of us, wrestling is how we got on the rock music.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but Watkins was on some crazy stuff. Like they said, he was messing with like animals and stuff.
Yeah,
it's Alter Bridge rock music. That's kind of as much rock music as I go. Is it all the rock music?
Yeah, that's rock music, but there's different rock genres.
Yeah.
Edge. It's only because of Edge.
Yeah, but Edge also introduced Rob Zombie to the WWE.
Did AC/DC do a SmackDown theme? I think.
No,
don't know.
ACDC did a pay-per-view theme, and that song is old as hell. That's classic rock now.
They did the SmackDown theme when they went to Fox. Who was that? What band was that?
Yeah, AC/DC. Yeah.
Ah, right then.
But they also did the song "Highway to Hell."
But Lost Prophets, Ian Watkins, no idea.
No, but but he was number one.
Right. I've only been to Wales to watch Clash of the Castle, and that's it. So, yeah.
Nice.
Next segment here would be me just quickly saying what show I went to. The last show I went to, and I've got a figure to show. I'll show half of it. You play guess what figure it is, but let's wait to see if you're right. So let me play this. So Wrestling Days out with Ricky Goldman. The figure I got was, of course, Roman Reigns. £5. I think that's $10. Is it? I think.
Yeah, right.
Good show. Great British beatdown. It was called. Good enough show. I enjoyed it. And the next show match will be this Sunday. So if anybody's going to Birkenhead this weekend, come and say hello to me. That's my next show. So yeah. I'm going to play an ad here, and then we'll get into some wrestling talk. I'll say Heatwave, Money in the Bank. Yeah. So let me play this. Give me 1 second. Somewhere it is. There it is. So he's right. Pricing Tees Goldman's. If you cannot buy a t-shirt, get it shared as well as my socials on screen right now. But let's get to the next segment. And if TJ wants to announce this, he can do. And that is...
Wrestling Roundup.
That is right. And because I want to respect you, TJ, I know you don't watch AEW, so I'm just going to quickly run through the results all at once. AEW, Dynamite, Rampage, Collision. Quickly, get it out of the way so we can focus on WWE. So that's going to be the new thing, because I know you don't watch, so rather than spreading it out, I'm going to run through it all quickly. And if the Byron wants to give his thoughts, he can do so quickly. Give me 1 second. Right, so Dynamite. So quickly, on your winning side of things was Bryan Danielson defeating Pac, Willow Nightingale over Chris Statlander, Samoa Joe, Hook and Shea Butter knocked off Gates of Agony, Hangman Adam Page returned defeating Jeff Jarrett, and Will Ospreay got the 1, 2, 3 and Daniel Garcia. MJF attacked Garcia after the match. Bronze, your thoughts on it, Byron? I'll give your thoughts in a second then as we go to Rampage. So Roosh defeated the always losing Commander. I'll call him KT because I just can't pronounce his name. Takashita, whatever. You know the guy I'm on about. And Kyle Fletcher got the win against Private Party. Kyle O'Reilly beat GPA. God knows who that is. Sounds like a wrestling move, but there you go. And Hikaru Shida did the job to Mariah May on Collision. So for Rampage, I'll give a bronze. And on Collision, Orange Cassidy, Kyle O'Reilly, Mark Briscoe beat Iron Savages and Jack Johnson. Trisha Dora did the loss to Tony Storm. Marco Stunt returned. God knows why he's back, but he is. A loss to Jack Perry. The Beast Mortis. I'm not sure if that's Taurus out of TNA. Might be, might not be, but he lost to Claudio Castagnoli. Rio over Lady Frost, and Hangman Adam Page continued those winning ways against Jay White. Again, a bronze. So there we go. There's your AEW portion of this. Byron, your thoughts on all three, if you can give your thoughts.
I gotta tell you honestly, AEW has been, and this is saying a lot because AEW.
Oh, his Wi-Fi's gone. And TJ, I can't hear you either. Oh dear.
He's outside.
All right, you muted yourself. Right then. We'll come back to Byron if he can come back. We'll go back to Gazzo's. Here he is.
I think he's at his Wi-Fi now.
Yeah, sorry.
Right
I had to
then.
switch to Wi-Fi. But yeah, like the shows have not been good. Last week was probably the best in a really long time, and it really wasn't that great because there wasn't a lot of sense being made. As a wrestling fan, maybe we've been spoiled by the fact that a coherent narrative is what hooks fans. Takeshita has no real story. He goes in, either he wins or he loses, but it doesn't seem to have any consequence. Like, you don't see him being like, I lost, I need to get better, or I won, let me build off of this and move to some sort of a title picture. Like, this is a guy that's supposed to be treated like a main eventer simply because they said so. Not because of anything that he's done, not because he's super impressive. It's like Don Callis' family has been off the rails ever since Kenny Omega got hurt. There's a lot of stuff has really just fallen by the wayside as it relates to this particular company. And it's disappointing because it started off with a lot of promise, and it could be, it really, like, you have all the pieces in place and it could be good, but at this point it's just not. So it's definitely been difficult to watch.
Definitely. Well, I don't watch. I just base it off results purely. I'll watch the pay-per-views, but even those, I think, why have I watched this? So the pay-per-views are okay, but oh, right. I did wonder why you came in twice. Right, because you were there and then you came in again. Like, what?
There we go.
So AEW, I probably agree with TJ on this. They just aren't great. They could be. They just aren't. Anyway, let's move to WWE here. So I'll move to WWE Speed, and there's two matches that were shown on Speed. It's Xavier Woods knocked off Nathan Fraser to advance to the finals to get a title shot against Andrade. Andrade retained. Cool. I love that it happens on a Friday before a pay-per-view. Your thoughts, CJ? Sorry, I was saying the rate. Sorry, give me 1 second. The rating for both. See, I like the concept. I really do. So,
who's the commentator?
Give me 1 second. Woods beating Fraser, I'll say Silver. Andrade beating Woods, still a Silver. I just love the concept. 3 minutes straight into the action. There's no entrances, ring announcements, so straight into the action. Done. There we go. And it's different every time. A match can last 10 seconds. A match can last a whole 3 minutes. And so the commentator is Corey Graves.
Oh, okay.
So your thoughts on Speed?
Didn't Nathan Fraser get injured in that match?
Well, he was a heat wave, so I presume no.
Okay. No, he didn't. All right. My thoughts on them. I didn't see it, but I can imagine that Woods put on a good show. But I'm really following his storyline.
I just love the concept. 3 minutes straight into the action.
I haven't given Speed a chance. Maybe I'll watch it one day.
Definitely, it's only 3 minutes, and if you zoom through it, even less. That's what I do. I just zoom to the end to see who's won.
Right.
So your thoughts on Speed, Byron, as you're driving? You're driving down Norio Boulevard, Jabroni Drive.
I gotta tell you, like, honestly, I love the idea of Speed. Because for one, there are people usually on Speed that don't get a lot of TV time, but like definitely deserve it. And it really shows you like how creative it can be. You know, a long enough wrestling match. If you have a long enough wrestling match, it becomes formulaic. But this is 3 minutes. Boom. Every match has been different. Every match has been shown something impressive. Every match has had at least one wow moment, and that's and that gives it like that thing that you got to be creative. You got 3 minutes. You got to be creative in 3 minutes.
And like I said, you can have a match that lasts 10 seconds and it's over like that, or it can go the full 3 minutes and they're fighting for that win.
Yeah.
Like W made a match that lasts 3 minutes work, or 5 minutes for a championship match, but still. Right. I always say, how can you get over in a 3 minute match? But they made it work. So,
well, TNA, not TNA, but NWA, the television championship it has a max time limit of 6 minutes and 46 seconds. And so that concept, even when it's pared down, it shows you like you got to be creative because you have to constantly be looking for the win.
Is Brodus Clay or Tyrus, what he was called, now still in NWA?
I don't know what Brodus Clay does. I'm just glad he's no longer the champion.
EC3's champion now, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. So sorry about that, TJ. We're kind of talking among ourselves. Sorry about that.
Yeah, not a fan of Tyrus over here either.
Okay.
That's a garbage human being and a garbage wrestler.
I thought it was funny. A 2 second opinion. I thought it was funny as Brodus Clay. Anyway, moving on to the Friday night show, SmackDown. You had ladders on the stage. That was for Money in the Bank. Jey Uso came out. LA Knight did. Chad Gable did. Carmella Hayes did. Andrade did. Then Drew McIntyre did. Brawl. The cool thing about this was Drew McIntyre's line to Jey Uso. How did they let you in the country? Woof, killer blow. So your thoughts on that, Byron?
First of all, I just want to say I love everything that Drew McIntyre is doing. This is the most interesting I think Drew McIntyre has ever been in his career. And I think it's honestly the most fun that he's had as a wrestler in his entire year, because it's like he's so serious but non-serious. He's able to like really, play into characters instead of actually playing a type. Like, what is a Scottish psychopath? What exactly is that? That never really was defined. But this Drew McIntyre, I get this Drew McIntyre. He was absolutely destined. I think his promo where he lays out his entire plan is brilliant. Like, we don't have Heyman to do. Yeah, we don't have Heyman to be like, that's not a prediction, it's a spoiler anymore. But we do have Drew McIntyre to lay out the entire plan and stick to the plan.
Yeah.
So, definitely a great segment to open up SmackDown.
I think it spoils it a little bit if he says this is what's going to happen and it happens. It's like he's already told you, so it's like, oh, okay. Kind of telling you what's actually going to happen, but that's fair enough. I'm going to say he's killing it on comment. Yeah. Promos, in-ring work, the entire lot. But TJ, your thoughts on the opening segment for SmackDown and that killer line by Drew McIntyre?
Drew McIntyre killed it on all his lines. He looked at Chad Gable and said, I just feel sorry for you. He said,
the killer line when he said to Jey Uso, how did they let you in the country? I was like, oh.
And then he looked at Carmelo and said, "You say you're him? I am him."
Yeah. Like, things like that are usually just like, oh, boring. It's just to hype the match up a little bit further. But Drew McIntyre
Things
made
heavy
that
ball.
worth watching and must see. It's usually just like, oh, it's just a segment where they all come out and they'll cut a little promo and that's it. And it really leads to nothing. But Drew made it must see.
The ones that I used to hate was when they would come out and they'd all be sitting on ladders. And I'm like, if I was in that, I would just push you all off the ladder the day before the show. So I have the advantage. Like, what are you guys even doing? Why are we doing this? Why are we doing this the hard way?
True. Yeah. And you've got to. I think I'm sure that started. Was it Raw? And the fans have got to watch the wrestlers climb up, and it's just whatever. Anyway, let's get into a bit of action here on SmackDown. That was the Street Profits picking up a much needed win against Pretty Deadly. I'll go over the next match also, and that was Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair knocking off Indy Hartwell, Candice LeRae. Okay. TJ, your thoughts on both these matches?
They, well, the Street Profits needed that win. Really don't know what. Pretty Deadly is just there for comic relief. So there's that. And the women's tag match was just a squash match. Bianca and Jade. Come on now.
Honestly, I like Pretty Deadly. I think Pretty Deadly is probably one of the most underutilized teams that WWE has. It's like they're not tapping into fully what they have with them, because on NXT UK, I mean, this is a team that used to brawl with Gallus. And Gallus are, portrayed as very tough guys. So to watch Pretty Deadly kind of just get eaten up by the Street Profits, who really don't have a direction right now, is a little bit disheartening. Like, I feel like they deserve better than what they've been given.
Yeah, I agree. And your thoughts on Candice LeRae and Indy Hartwell taking the loss to Jade Cargill, Bianca Belair?
You got a team that never wins going against a team that should never get beat. Like,
True. Yeah, that's basically what it is.
Like, wasn't Bianca champion for like 400 days? Like, nobody's beating Bianca.
Longest reigning. I know Becky. It was. It's either Bianca or Becky.
Yeah,
I think it might be Bianca. Yeah, she's the longest reigning Raw Women's Champion. Cody Rhodes, Kevin Owens, Randy Orton came out, hyped up the match. Boring, but Piper Niven put on a decent match against Bayley. Bayley coming out on top. Okay, cool. I'll go to Byron first on the thoughts on the promo and the match.
I mean, all of this is a stopgap filler to get to Bayley versus Nia Jax, and of course, what is highly expected to happen after that. So let's just, when it comes to certain things, it's kind of like, yeah, some of these matches are, but you know what? Bayley's never really been that interesting as a face.
I think she's a good heel as a face. Yeah, I think she's a good heel.
I'm sorry. I took that drink at the weirdest time because that was like such an odd pause. But yeah, Bayley's never been that interesting as a face.
True.
Not since NXT.
Heel much better. Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Your thoughts on Orton's ever so slightly eyeing that title? I think he's going to turn on Cody at some point. But okay, this is two questions. Your thoughts on Orton eyeing the title, and does turning him heel stop the fans from singing his theme?
I think people still sing because they sung for Nakamura for years after he tried to change the music. And I think that there's a lot you can do with an Orton versus Cody Rhodes feud. Like, I think that might be the feud that leads us to Survivor Series, because Orton doesn't lose at Survivor Series. And in all honesty, like, between legacy and all the history that goes into it, you really should play that up at some point.
Now, you can agree with or disagree. Well, we'll get TJ's thoughts in a second, but I'll make this very quick. You can agree or disagree with my booking. This is how I would book it. You want to make Solo the guys ahead of the table, the tribal chief, all of that. He beats Cody at SummerSlam. He's holding that title up. Reigns returns to claim the title off Solo. It's Solo Reigns, Hell in a Cell at Bad Blood. Solo wins, takes Reigns out for a month. Reigns then returns to set up a team. His team beats Solo's team at Survivor Series. Reigns beats Solo at the Rumble. The Rock wins the Rumble, and The Rock might be the ultimate heel and had to do nothing. He could go out number 30 and just tell people to get out the ring or fire them. So they have to get out the ring. Rock Reigns at Mania for the title. And then could The Rock screw Reigns, and that's the story there.
Ooh, now that could be something there.
And then if Reigns beats The Rock, that's a massive win for him. There you go. So you can agree or disagree with that. But TJ, your thoughts on Piper losing to Bayley and the Orton?
He just said it was a build-up match to ultimately what's going to happen. However, when Orton is probably going to turn on Cody after SummerSlam, Cody's going to win. So I would book things differently. So Solo is about to close in on Cody. We hear Roman Reigns theme music with Paul Heyman in the neck brace at his side. Solo is shook. Cody takes advantage. Crossroads. 1, 2, 3. A celebration. Orton comes out, celebrates with him. Orton turns on him. We have Orton and Cody in Bad Blood. We have Roman and Solo at Bad Blood. And then later on, it can also lead to War Games. It can also lead to War Games as well, where the Bloodline makes an alliance with the Viper to win War Games. They win War Games. Then it goes on to Rumble. Then it goes on to Mania. I would book it differently.
I completely agree with Orton turning. He comes out celebrating RKO.
Mm-hmm. Also, you never make an alliance with the Viper. That's rule number 1. That's Wrestling 101. You never make an alliance with the Viper.
Or Stone Cold, never to trust a Texas rattlesnake.
Don't trust anybody.
Don't trust anybody, exactly.
But it's kind of crazy because, like, why is Stone Cold's phrase "don't trust anybody" when he really should be like, "Don't trust me"? Like, y'all just don't. Like, here's the key: don't trust me.
I don't trust him. You're drinking a beer around him. Stunned. That's it. You're drinking a beer around him. You just look, waiting for that stunner. Waiting. Just, stunned. That's it. And closing out SmackDown. Good match. Good main event. We have brand new WWE Tag Team Champions. Theory and Waller's reign really didn't last long. DIY new champions. This is probably leaning to Theory Waller at SummerSlam. Cool for DIY. I like they're doing something with them, so I'm not upset with that. I just would have kept Theory and Waller maybe a little bit longer as champions. TJ, your thoughts?
They deserve it. And it is leading up to Grayson and Austin to SummerSlam. Austin Theory is going to go face.
Okay.
If they bring back the way, and put Austin Theory with Gargano and bring back the way on the main roster, that is dynamite. Like, that was the best Theory we've ever had.
Wasn't Dexter Lumis in the way? No.
Yeah, it was Dexter Lumis, it was Candice, it was Indy. Like, bringing them all together, though. Like, I don't know, not Dexter, because even though Dexter could do it because he's under a mask, like, he could be like masked, like unmasked Dexter, like, and then Birdie Buzz.
Just imagine him doing the thing in his mask. No. We'll get into the Wyatt Six later stuff later during Raw, but just no. So my rating for SmackDown, I'll say, for a go-home show, for a filler show, it was actually quite good. I'll say silver plus. Your rating, TJ?
Same.
And Byron, your rating? From bronze to gold.
I'm gonna give it a gold minus, only because like for one, Ray finally got a pin on his dad, and Rhea Ripley came back. CM Punk and
That's wrong. We're on SmackDown.
Oh, you on SmackDown? My bad. Sorry. No, yeah, I'll go. I can agree with Ricky's rating. The silver is a definitely good rating for this. It gave everybody kind of a happy ending, DIY. So it works for me.
Yeah, happy ending. Let's move on quickly from that. Ian's asking, am I happy that England, because for those, well, I think, well, TJ knows, but Byron may not know, we're having a football tournament, Euros in Germany, England are in it, and they've just got to the finals. Yeah, I'm happy, but do they go all the way? Do they actually win it this year? Do they do it this time? Hopefully. This is their only chance. Anyway, next up, Level Up. I don't know if you watched Level Up, TJ. If I remember, I just like to run through the matches. Anyway, so Josh Briggs defeated Cello Hill. A newcomer, Tyra May Steele, came up short against Fred Sinclair. And I like that Luca Crucifino's continued to get his push. And he got a win over Raya Connors. I'll say a silver. Do you watch Level Up, Byron?
No, I don't. But Tyra May Steele, she's the gold medal, the Olympic lady, right?
I have no idea who she is. I just saw, again, I read the results. Just like AEW, I read the results. So.
She was the one that I think won the gold medal the same year as Gable Stevenson for the women's.
Okay.
I think so.
TJ's got the wheel of death spinning. You like that Luca Crucifino's continue. You like that Luca Crucifino continue to get a push, or are you not bothered?
Not bothered.
Okay, then. So moving on to Money in the Bank. Let's quickly go through this. I thought it was a pay-per-view. I thought Heat was much better. But kicking off with the men's Money in the Bank, won by Drew McIntyre. Carmelo and Andrade had a good showing, but it was a mess. The match was a whole mess. And I was expecting TJ Byron's been thrown out the Royal Rumble. I'm sure he'll come back as Mankind, but I was expecting so much. What's the word? Interference. Wyatt Six costing Gable, the Bloodline costing Jay, Logan Paul costing LA Knight, Punk costing Drew. None of this happened. Jay was my pick to win. Drew did win it. Okay, your thoughts, TJ?
So Drew winning, Nick, was just a waste. That's all I'll say.
For what happened later on, yeah. Bron Breakker losing to Sami. Byron's come back. So your thoughts, Byron, on the men's Money in the Bank?
The men's Money in the Bank was fun. Getting the and yeet chants was good for the crowd, letting them get into it. I just didn't, it was hard to really see anybody but Drew winning. Like everybody was like, "Oh, Jey Uso's gonna win." Why would they put the winner on the thing holding the yeet in the bank? Like that was too much of a spoiler there. So Drew McIntyre winning and everything that kind of followed on with that was solid to me.
My pick was Jay, but fair enough.
Carmelo was probably the MVP to me in that match.
Andrade and Carmelo, I thought had a good showing.
Yeah.
Sami Zayn retaining against Bron Breakker. Shocker here. I thought Bron was I thought it would be a good match, but Bron would just run straight through him.
Yeah. I could definitely see Bron.
Cool.
Yeah.
Your thoughts, Byron?
I honestly think Braun should have won that. I think that the story with Braun, and it's not because Braun needs to win, but Braun's whole story was I didn't get picked for King of the Ring. I didn't get put in the Money in the Bank qualifier match. I didn't get put in these things, but I deserve to. And losing, I don't think helps that case. To me, he's at that point where it's he should be like Brock Lesnar on John Cena from SummerSlam that year, where he just dominates him for 18 minutes and then finally puts him out of his misery. That's to me
Yes.
where Braun is right now.
That's what TJ said
Oh, yeah. Nice.
at some point. I know TJ said that, or I think it was did you say that, TJ, or am I getting mistaken?
Yeah, I said that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do you have Bron win it at SummerSlam, because SummerSlam's bigger than Money in the Bank? Even though the card, if the rumored card looks pretty, ugh.
Wait, I don't know. I mean, if it's Sami Zayn versus Ilya Dragunov versus Braun, then yeah, you have to have Braun win it.
Versus Ludwig, that will be a good match.
I can see Ludwig. I don't know. I feel like you should save Ludwig for Bash in Berlin.
Yeah. Because then the ball, I was just going to say, because if you're Bron win, Ludwig's heel.
Yeah.
Okay, then you have Ludwig.
He's going to get hugely cheered, even though he's probably not going to win. He's going to get hugely cheered in this whole country. That's going to be a big pop.
So your thoughts, TJ, on Bron losing, Sami retaining?
It's a build-up for Braun to win it on a bigger stage, and then I agree. He won't win in Germany, but he'll get a big pop, and that'll put him over. But that could also be when Da Vinci comes back and screws him.
Where's Da Vinci gone? Is he injured?
I don't know if he's injured. I think he's just off TV. Or, he could be. Honestly, he could be.
So, going on to the Men's World Heavyweight Championship, Damian Priest, Seth Rollins, I thought it was a good match. Drew McIntyre, I prefer when the briefcase holder holds it for a while and you never know when they're cashing in. Priest, why is it like Priest didn't? So Punk cost Priest. Sorry, Punk cost Drew at Clash. Drew takes Punk out. Why wouldn't Drew not think that Punk is going to come back and do something? Why would he not even think that? Why would that not cross his mind? Would have wasted cash in. Drew just looks stupid. I would have done Punk, Drew at SummerSlam. Drew beats Punk. Gunther, Priest. Drew cashes in. Punk will cost Drew because he's annoyed he got beat and he doesn't want Drew to become champion. Priest pins Drew. You do Gunther, Priest again at Bash at Berlin. That's where you put the title on Gunther. It's as close as to Austria as you're going to get. And then you do Punk, Drew again, Bad Blood. That's your Hell in a Cell match, unless they do solo Reigns. That just thought so stupid to see. Look so stupid cashing in and just what a way.
Okay, I think I can get with you on that. I can definitely get with you on that.
Yeah, have you any more thoughts, Byron? You want to add anything else?
Nah, I was, the Damian Priest is such a weird afterthought in this title reign.
And he hates that.
He's got to. But there's really no point for him to break out. When he got it, he was a placeholder for Gunther. And the matches that he's had has been like what? His biggest feud is with his own team. Like either bullying them or they're not listening to him. Like that's kind of where he is.
There's a lot of people. Yeah, he's kind of the third most important thing on Raw, unfortunately. Right. The Drew Punk storyline more important, Liv is more important, and then you've got Priest. It's like, damn, he should be the most important thing every week, and he's just fitting between other things, and not good. And I like Priest, I really do. He looks apart.
Agreed.
Bisexual Undertaker.
You said what do you call him?
Rhea called him the bisexual Undertaker.
Oh yeah.
But I like Priest, really do. Looks apart, sounds apart, really improved. Yeah. But damn, his either was not important on Raw. CJ, your thoughts on the match and Drew cashing in?
Drew wasted his briefcase, and that was just a bad booking decision. But now, basically, I think this is Drew's story. Drew has to finish his story.
Oh God! Oh God! No.
Phrase.
Everybody has a story in WWE, but the question is, who finishes theirs and who goes to the side?
Yeah.
I just hate the fact that he has to finish a story. Just anything to do with Cody, just ugh.
Everybody.
And it's not that I don't like Cody. For those people think I'm hating on Cody, it's that Cody's boring. Since Mania, how has he got any more interesting?
Well, let him cook. Cody Raheem Rhodes is on to something.
How's he?
But that's the problem. Let me handle this one. Okay, this is the problem with Cody. Everybody said, we don't like Reigns because Reigns has help in every match. Cody has literally had help in every match. It's like he had that one guy over in to help him with the Logan Paul thing. Like, you need help for Logan Paul. They literally shoehorn him into anything cool just to give him the spotlight. Like, this 6-man tag would have fit perfectly in the middle of the card, but because Cody was gonna get pinned, it's the main event. Like, Cody's not that important. Like, you can't go like Cody Rhodes doesn't pass the airport test if he doesn't have blonde hair. You wouldn't know who he was. You just think it was a dude in a suit if he was just regular Cody Rhodes. Like, he's not big enough to be doing like the Hogan Hulk up like he did. You know, like he went against AJ Styles and his mom had to help him. Like, Cody.
Shit, if my mom was still here, I want my mom to help me during my match.
Okay, that's fair. But still, he still had to do it. Like, he's not winning on his own. It's like he's standing there with Solo, besides Solo after he beats AJ Styles, and like Kevin Owens and Randy Orton have to run from the back and save him. Like, he didn't even get knocked down to the floor before they were out here saving this man.
I'm thinking, and this is just a thought.
Mm-hmm.
It's a long shot.
Okay.
But what if Cody reintroduces the Bullet Club to take on the Bloodline?
I don't think it'll work.
There are a lot of Bullet Club members.
Yeah, but I don't think it doesn't really work with. See, even back then though, Cody BS'd his way into the Bullet Club. No, seriously, like in New Japan, the storyline was like you had Kenny and the Bucks, and you had God, and on and off you kind of had the Good Brothers, and it's like Cody just kind of like politics his way into it, and the only thing great about Cody's Bullet Club run was like the Bullet Club is fine. I love that thing because Cody was causing all the problems in Bullet Club.
That'll be heel Cody. That'll be heel Cody when he brings back the Bullet Club. Okay,
now I can get if that's the case, then yeah, a heel Cody can bring back the Bullet Club. Face Cody's just not really doing it right now. Like he exists, but it's like he's the champion, he's the guy because everybody tells us he is.
He exists in a vacuum.
Yeah, he does. He does. I mean, he has a cool theme song, but let's be real, he had that same theme song in AEW and people were trying to figure out how to boo him. I will say this. The coolest thing he has done in recent memory was rock the Homelander cape.
No, the coolest thing I've seen about Cody Rhodes is when they made him part of the black community. Wrestling has more than one black champion.
But but if you look at him now, it takes like 3 crossroads for him to put anybody down. Like his finisher is blown.
Oh yeah,
yeah.
I never think you look at wrestling completely different to I do. Like, oh yeah, why would it take something? Why would it take him 3 finishers?
When he's on SmackDown, he does 1 crossroad, but at pay-per-views, he likes to do the 3 crossroads.
Why?
Yeah.
Because it's like a big show-off move.
It's like a big show-off that your move ain't doing shit.
Oh yeah.
Maybe you should keep it to 1, homie.
There you go. Like, you know what I'm saying? Look, you pretend it's an economy. You're like, you got to save that crossroads for later.
Yeah, you don't see Orton 3 RKOs. I'll have to get him back up and hit another one. No,
was
you hit
like
the wall, and that's
that
it.
was like that old wrestling game where you could like store like 3 or 4 finishers and be like, yeah, I'm gonna punish the out of somebody.
5 kills after one and another and kill this guy.
Exactly.
But yeah, he had to have his mother help, and yeah, Owens and Orton came out, didn't even get attacked, and just
Because I mean, didn't he have like a Indian boxer come help him or something in one of the matches? It's messy.
It was a ring announcer, I think.
Yeah, that's what it was, a ring announcer. It's like, why are we putting this much equity into one guy?
Completely agree with all that. I can't disagree with any of that. So yeah. So women's Money in the Bank, I thought was much better than the men's. Chelsea Green had a good showing. Naomi, they all had a good showing. Naomi, I know Zoe Stark botched, but it is what it is. Chelsea was my favourite to win. Obviously, Tiffany won this. It's Tiffy time. Much better than the men's. Yeah, your thoughts, TJ?
The right person won. Tiffy is going to, she's going to be like so over the top with the briefcase. Tiffany's already a threat. I think this is the thing that definitely pushes her. Like with the men's Money in the Bank was a non-issue simply because you're not cashing in on the main titles. Like Cody's probably gonna hold it till Mania. If Gunther wins, Gunther's definitely gonna hold it to Mania. Like if you couldn't beat this man when he had the IC title, what makes you think you're gonna beat him when he has the world title? Like there's the women really showed off, and it was good because you had people like Lara Valkyria, Io Sky, people that don't always get the recognition that they deserve. Like Io is a previous winner, and I think Io is just is amazing. I think Zoe Stark has a lot of upside, but getting to see them really just have time to make these big moments throughout that match was fantastic. I think that you really showcase your future stars because most everybody in that match was under 30.
Your thoughts on the Zoe Stark botch when did she not? I think Lyra's on the ladder and she landed on the other side.
I think she might have saved that woman's life, honestly. I think the way it was set, like if she had landed on that would have been that time like when Rob Van Dam landed on Triple H's neck.
Yeah, I remember that.
Yeah.
TJ, your thoughts on the women's MITB Money in the Bank?
Yo, Chelsea took that bump like a champion. Like I can see her and I can see Piper Niven and Chelsea Green going against Nia and Tiffany Stratton down somewhere down the line. But inevitably, I don't think what we're thinking is going to happen in SummerSlam is going to happen because Tiffany operates on Tiffy time, and nobody knows when Tiffy time is except for Tiffy because she's in the Tiffy center of the universe.
No one knows what Tiffy time is. That should be a line.
Because everybody knows it's Tiffy time. When Fallon Henley made fun of her, that lives in my head rent-free to this day.
You should TJ should be making WWE t-shirts on the back of the t-shirt. No one knows when Tiffy time is.
No one knows what Tiffy time is because Tiffy time operates on Tiffy time. And Tiffy only knows when Tiffy time is. Why? Because it's Tiffy time.
There we go. That's the t-shirt.
Bye. Like I said, but for what it's worth, I think Tiffany Stratton is probably one of the newer wrestlers who really picked it up quickly. Like as far as like the NILs and such, and those guys, like she got it. She figured it out. Like she got the magic, and I just hope that she stays healthy.
Did is she one of the NIL? Did she not wrestle before? Or was she like a gymnast?
Nope, she was a gymnast. She was a collegiate gymnast, and she was also she was like in the Olympic pool, but not like on the Olympic team. It was like her, Kalani Jordan, a lot of those girls. I think Izzy Dane was one of them. Like they were all like top level gymnasts. So and then they were in college, and that's when WWE picked them up for the NILs.
Very quickly, your thoughts on Chris Jericho saying pro wrestling should be in the Olympics?
Jericho just say stuff, and honestly, at this point in time, if we're taking Jericho seriously in 2024, we need our heads examined. Jericho is like a troll. Like, he's just trolling people consistently.
How can you have something predetermined and scripted in the Olympics? So they're not really competing. They know who's going to win. How do they get a gold medal? They know who's going to win.
It's a predetermined gold medal. We already know who's going to get it.
I've won this, but I didn't really, because I got told I was winning it. It just doesn't work. And your main event,
we already have regular wrestling in the Olympics. Like,
yeah, well, Kurt Angle came from that, didn't he? I think Ken Shamrock. No, am I mistaken?
No, Ken Shamrock was MMA.
Ah, okay.
But Angle was, and a few other people.
The broken freaking neck.
Mm-hmm.
And as Byron alluded to earlier, your main event, the Bloodline, acknowledged them, taking on Cody Rhodes, Randy Orton, Kevin Owens. Good match. I know that Tangaloa botched a low blow. How that happens, I don't know.
He low blow Kevin Owens' butt.
But your winners with Solo pinning Cody Rhodes, the Bloodline, probably leading to, like I said, Solo, Cody at SummerSlam. TJ, your thoughts on this?
It's just another notch to SummerSlam. That's all. Just build up.
Well, I'm gonna disagree with you a little bit. That's not all. That right there was how you debut a monster. Like, Jacob Fatu got in that ring, went after Randy Orton. Randy Orton threw him out of the ring, did the draping DDT, and was preparing to hit him with an RKO. And Jacob just hops up, and Orton is on the ground having to look up, and it was kind of like, oh snap! Like that. The stuff that you see out of Jacob is how you debut a dude that you want people to be afraid of.
Yeah, but my question is, Roman's going to have to bring something of equal power. And that's what's going to be interesting.
Reigns himself, he was champion for 3.5 years.
No, but Reigns is going to have to be focused on Solo. You got to divide and conquer the Bloodline.
Well, apparently,
first of all, it's 50 of them cousins that still left. Okay, all you got to do is bring one of them young boys out because Jacob can't catch him because he smoked Newports.
Hasn't Jacob got 20 kids? I've started getting not flustered, but tongue tied. I'm sure I saw on Facebook that Jacob's got 20 kids or something.
He got 7 kids, definitely.
Okay, 7.
But Umaga has a son that's out there. His name's they call him Zilla Fatu. His name's Samuel.
You got Hikuleo.
Oh, and Hikuleo's 6'8".
So here's how you can spin it. Okay. There's a civil war in the Bloodline between Rock's side and Roman's side. Because think about it, before the last WrestleMania, they displayed the Bloodline family tree, and the Bloodline.
Nope.
Yeah, the Bloodline family tree definitely could play in it. What I think bothers me the most about the idea of the Bloodline Civil War, though, is what happens if they all get on the same page? It's a wrap for everybody. They should take that show on the road. Just start whooping ass in every other promotion. Go to TNA, beat everybody there. Go to NWA, beat everybody there. Go to AEW, beat everybody there.
I thought TJ eliminated himself in the Royal Rumble then, but he's come back. He's come back as Dude Love.
that was a telemarketer trying to sell me something, so I blocked him.
Right, okay.
But yeah.
Okay, dude. Right, Dude Love has come back into the Royal Rumble for the 3rd time.
Name 3 Attitude Era wrestlers. Mick Foley. You cheated.
When he came into the Rumble 3 times, can he do that? It's the same person, but whatever. So my rating for Money in the Bank, I'll say silver. Could have been a whole lot better, but for the 5 matches, it was good. Yeah. TJ, your rating.
A solid silver.
And Byron.
Definitely a solid silver.
And Heatwave, which the better show out of the two, saw on the countdown show, pre-show, kickoff show, call it what you like. Carmen Petrovic, Ariana Grace defeated Jada Jane, Jasmine Nix. I think Jasmine Nix has improved. For Carmen to get a match on, it's still part of the pay-per-view, so to get a match on the pay-per-view and a win.
Yeah,
cool. Very cool.
The fact that she was Canadian, like they had to put some Canadian woman on the show.
Have you ever been to Canada, Byron?
Yes, I've been to Niagara Falls.
Is it cold?
It depends on what side you go. I think the farther west you go, you're gonna see more cold.
Yeah.
But I was like right above New York.
But in the middle is Plains land.
Yeah.
It's literally just like America.
But it's like, yeah, because it's really, really dry in that like Winnipeg area.
And their comedy's a little off.
Okay, that's true. But some of the greatest comedians in the world are Canadian, like Jim Carrey.
Yes.
Yeah.
Give me 1 second. Oh, dear.
Uh-oh.
1 second. I don't know what's happening with my phone. It's going crazy. There we are. Right. My phone was going crazy for some reason. Right. Oh. Just fell. Fell off a ladder. Just fell off the ladder. I'm not catching in tonight. Right. Sorry about that. I apologize. So, yes, Carmen and Ariana Grace winning. Byron, yeah, you said a Canadian should have won. Yeah, I agree. Yep. I like Carmen. Well, we'll get more to Carmen on NXT, but yeah, TJ, your thought.
I personally love Ariana. Oh, you said TJ, my bad. Go ahead.
I was going to say that basically her and Ariana Grace worked well together, and Ariana, I didn't know was Santino's daughter.
Yeah, Ariana is like legit. Like, she actually is a fighter. Like, her nickname is like the Iron Princess. And she showed off some really interesting moves in there. She wrestled like a face during that match. But I love her character because it has so much, like, she just brings so much energy to the character. It's like she just comes across as a person that you like to see. Like, she
reminds me of Eve Torres.
I could see that. The ring of
Ariana. Is it Ariana? Eve Torres.
Yeah, Ariana reminds me of Eve Torres. And you remember Eve had that whole fake nice girl gimmick too.
Yeah.
I suppose Eve was never that good, but I know she was Diva.
Best. She was one of the best out of the Diva search.
Yeah, but the Divas era just has a low bar.
She was Diva champion. She won the title, but
like you got to remember, Ricky hates the Diva era. Like, yeah. It's like this. Do you want? If I wanted to get kicked off of this show, all I have to do is say that Ricky Goldman's favorite women's wrestler is Kelly Kelly. And then
no, I don't hate the Divas era. I hate the title. The title just looked. Did the title look like something you'd want to win? Not really. It was a butterfly mess.
And Jeff Hardy's title looked like the Divas title's nightmare.
A title should always look like something you want to win, like, and not a toy or a gimmick like the spinner. Well, I've got the spinner belt, kids belt, but it should look like something you want to win.
Yeah, that spinner belt was only because it was gonna like sell merchandise.
Did I sell the Bray Wyatt, what was the Fiend's title? I don't know what title you would call that. I suppose the Fiend's title.
I think because it had been outlawed, because Bray Wyatt's title got sold a lot right after he passed.
$6,000 or pounds. Damn. Gee, how old was he?
Let me see what that is in your exchange rate. 6,000 pounds.
So it's $12,000, isn't it? I don't know. Talk about the Rock being the greatest of all time, or Reigns being the greatest of all time. None of those got somebody buying a belt for £6,000, $12,000. They didn't do that.
And in America, that's $7,000.
Damn, for a belt. For a belt. But going on to the main card, Oba, Femi, Wesley, and well, first of all, me and TJ called the action together. He did the colour, the play-by-play. I did the colour. But what a match to kick things off. Oba's the future, looks apart, sounds apart. When he gets to the main roster, they better watch out. Spinning Wesley into the air. Just what a match. Fantastic. Byron, did you enjoy this match?
That match told such a great story, and I'm glad they don't shy away from the whole like, oh, because you're the good guy, you have to win. Because you put this on the line. Oh, if you don't do this, I'll never get another shot. Yeah, sometimes you don't need another shot. Like you are the greatest, North American champion ever. You don't need that belt anymore. And so I love the way they brought this together. I love the fact that they were able to like make Oba look like a bigger star, even though he was beating up on a smaller guy.
Your thoughts on Oba? Do you like? I think he's super impressive. Your thoughts on him?
Oh, Oba is amazing, hands down. I thought I was skeptical at first, but I see it now. I see what they see in him.
Just amazing when he just from when he cashed in the what was it, breakout tournament thing, and he won the title. From then to now, wow.
I mean, he's an impressive, literally an impressive specimen.
He's money. He's money.
Yeah.
TJ, I know we called the action together, but your thoughts on the actual match?
He's literally everything that they wanted Omos to be.
What he said.
What did he? You were talking.
He said he's everything. Oba Femi is everything they wanted Omos to be.
Ugh! Oh, Omos is awful. Omos can't wrestle.
Yeah, I said he's everything they wanted Omos to be. Everything they hoped Omos would be.
Okay.
Like, Omos was a massive misfire. This works.
Yeah, Omos is bad. Very bad. So on to the Women's North American Championship. Women's action, of course. Kalani Jordan, the future. Sorry, it's not Sol Ruka. Surfing Lana. I remember, TJ.
Lana.
I remember.
Lana.
This was a good match.
Surfing Lana.
Nice win for Kalani. Yeah. TJ, your thoughts on the actual match?
Well, Surfing Lana did wonderful throughout the match. And Kalani definitely brought a lot of action. It was a lot of show sportsmanship, but it also pushes the storyline of what's going on between JC Jane, Jasmine Ninks, and Jensen Brooks, and not Jensen Brooks, and Fallon Henley. How these veterans are now jealous of these new bloods coming into the women's division and how they're going to start a war. So it's going to be Sol Ruka, Kalani Jordan, and probably Carmen Petrovich versus them.
Yeah.
And maybe Ariana Grace if they find a fourth.
Yeah. Did you enjoy this match, Byron?
I thought it was solid. Like, I mean, I'm not fully sold on Sol Ruka as a performer. I think she has a great finish, but not really. I'm not fully sold. I felt like this was the right call to keep the title on Kalani. I still think Sol Ruka has like a little ways to go before I can really buy her as a real threat. Like, you're smiling too much. You're way too happy. Like, Blair Davenport beat you up, but like, you're kind of cool with it now. Like, it's weird.
Do you like that RVD is Kalani's inspiration?
Yes. Yeah. Like right now, like as much as I hate to say it, Kalani can do no wrong. I even like, and I was skeptical when she started saying nobody can do it like Kalani, and I was just like, I'm not really sold on that. But now she's right. Nobody can do it like Lani. When you're right, you're right.
She reminds me if Maya was a wrestler.
Facts. Big facts.
If who?
Is a singer named Maya. And yeah.
Right. Okay.
Look her up, and you'll be like, "Whoa!" Look up the singer Maya.
Yep.
Again, if it's not 50 Cent, I'm lost.
I know, but hey, I
I
think Maya and 50 Cent man did some songs together.
Have they? Okay, fair enough. I like I said, I love 50 Cent. Seen all his movies. He came to the UK, watched him perform. So yeah, I like 50 Cent.
But hands of Zeus, I know one thing.
Mm-hmm.
What's his name? The guy who's him.
Oh, Carmelo.
Carmelo Hayes.
Carmelo Hayes is probably telling Kalani her love is like, whoa.
Ah. Ew.
So I've just lost my paper. Give me one. Right, there we go. So in tag team action, Chase U. Let's do the U. We got TJ likes to do the U. Taking on Nathan Fraser and Axiom for the tag team titles. This was a good match. Chase U definitely didn't look bad in defeat. Some gun moves by Axiom, the Spanish Fly, the double team moves were good. Fraser and Axiom retain, no shocker. And Chase U didn't. Well, we'll get into Raw here in a second, but Raw didn't follow up from Money in the Bank, but NXT did follow up from Heatwave.
Mm-hmm.
Byron, your thoughts on this tag team match?
So, I was hoping that Chase U would win, but I like the fact that Chase U didn't win because Ridge Holland wasn't there. So, I like the way they're kind of playing that up a little bit as well.
Do you think that's because he's not allowed into Canada or not?
Yeah, I think it's that too.
TJ, did you enjoy this tag team match?
Yes. I enjoyed the back and forth.
It's just a one-word answer, yes. Did you like that Chase U didn't look bad in defeat here?
Yeah, I did. And the Canadian Destroyer brought it home.
Yeah.
Into more women's action, Lola Vice that I think should have won here.
Yep.
But she put a good showing against Roxanne Perez. This felt like a fight. Roxanne Perez retained. But unless you're going to give it to, and I'm going to butcher the name here, Gilia. From Stardom, did they put the towel on her at No Mercy? Possibly. But I would have had Lola win here. I think this was her time.
I mean, but it took 5 pop rocks. 5 pop rocks to beat her. Like that is like, there were people who said, "Oh, Lola Vice got buried." I said, how do you get buried if it took 5 pop rocks to beat you? Like, people overuse that term.
And what's the name I'm looking for at Stardom that just signed with WWE? You know more than them. Who?
Julia.
That one, yeah. I think she played Take the Title, but No Mercy, maybe. What do you think?
I can see her. I don't think they're gonna give it to her right away. I think, like, especially now that Stephanie Vaquer is part of it, like there's no rush to put it on either one of them.
I think I know who's going to take the title off of Roxanne Perez.
Well, then who?
Her old tag team partner,
Cora Jade. But doesn't Cora play a better heel?
Yeah, but when you come back from injury, people change.
Yeah.
Triple H was a heel. He was on injury. He came back face.
Yeah, and everybody always comes back face and then can just go right back to heel. Like, I'm gonna come back face.
Yeah, do a face promo, beat her for the title, and then goes heel right away.
Exactly.
Or Jade, but we did like face Jade though.
Yeah.
That's from my opinion, better heel, but again, that's why wrestling, we're all got different opinions, and that's why wrestling has many different opinions. And your main event, shades of Backlash 2008 or 9 with Shawn Michaels and the John Cena finish, if you remember that. But Fatal 4-Way, Ethan Page, Trick Williams, Sean Spears, and Javon Evans, who's the future, more than the future. I would have had Javon win here for me. Why not? But Ethan Page, your brand new champion, And just to finish, the trick knee, he fell back. Trick trying to get him, couldn't get him. Great finish. New champion. TJ, your thoughts?
The finish was perfect. The finish was all right. It's just setting up for something bigger. Ethan Page, he broke Kevin Owens' record. Fastest growing star to get the title by 3 weeks.
Yeah, they said that on it.
Ethan Page.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they said that on NXT, I think. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Byron, did you enjoy this match and the finish?
I loved it because it told a great story. Shawn Spears was trying to make sure that Trick didn't win. Trick was trying to keep Javon Evans from taking his spot. Like, it was so good as a match itself. Like, everything about it was wonderful to watch. It was entertaining. It was fun. Like, if you're a wrestling fan and you like the story of a match or ring psychology, you couldn't help but enjoy this match, even though there were some botches.
I didn't notice any botches, so okay.
They were pretty much all Trick.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
Well, and the match I'm thinking about, was it Backlash, either 2020 or either 2008 or 2009, a fatal four-way with Shawn Michaels super kicked Cena and Cena fell into the finish. Was it Backlash?
Let me see.
I think it might have been Fatal 4-Way.
That would have been.
Yeah, Shawn Michaels super kicked
That was
Cena. Cena fell into the finish and Orton. Right? So sorry, say that again.
You said that was Edge and Orton too, right? Was in that?
Edge, Orton, Shawn Michaels, Cena.
That might have been 09.
And Shawn Michaels super kicked Cena. Cena fell into the finish.
No, you're right. That was 7. That was 7.
And it was Backlash. It was 2007 because that's when Orton tried to make an alliance with Cena, and Cena basically insinuated that Orton was hitting on him.
Oh yeah, the backstage promo saying I want to be on top of something. He went, "Oh good God,
take me out."
Yeah, something like that. It was something like that. And Eric Cartman, really? I thought it was a character. Why am I not watching the football? Well, I've got it on TV here, but I'm not really a football fan. I'm more, or a soccer fan in the US. I'm more of a wrestling fan. I'll watch football, but anyway, as you can see, more of a wrestling fan. Anyway, so on to the red brand that is Raw. Good start. CM Punk came out, then Seth Rollins did. This was good. The nice back and forth was really good. Probably the only good bit about Raw, I think, except for maybe the return. TJ, your thoughts on the beginning of Raw?
Well, the beginning of Raw was okay, but I was just waiting for the later part because we all knew what was coming.
And give me 1 second. Why am I view so biased towards Tony Khan? Because Tony Khan's a clown, and well, we'll get to Tony Khan in the news. His latest ridiculous thing he said. It's not biased. It's more he's a clown. And how many? Very very quickly, I'll take 10 seconds to say this. How many times have you seen The Rock, Vince, Triple H, Ira Emanuel, Nick Khan come out and say anything that Tony Khan says? Never, because it was just make the company look bad. My left foot is my best friend. Okay. Troll. I think that might be a troll. They're playing AEW Mark. Anyway, sorry. Byron, your thoughts on the opening thing?
So, I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't get a chance to watch Raw.
Did you not?
No, I didn't get a chance to watch Raw.
You didn't miss much.
Like I watched like the last segment. I watched the last segment. I got to see Ray, Dominic pin Ray, and I got to see Rhea come out. That was the only part of Raw that I got to see. I literally just watched the 15 minutes of Seth and CM Punk right before I logged on to this. Did you enjoy it? Did you enjoy the back and forth? That wasn't a back and forth. That was a murder, and all of us should be looking at. All of us were witnesses to Seth Rollins' verbal dominance right then.
Yeah, true. Yeah,
I love the fact that CM Punk was still so dismissive of Seth Rollins during that whole thing.
Rollins just left
Yeah.
Punk hanging, like he said his line, gone, and Punk was like, just stood there.
I mean, every so often you gotta have it though. You gotta have it like that, and you gotta be able to, and those are the things that make wrestling so enjoyable.
I've got another Mark comment, but I'll read all comments out because why not? But Jesus Christ, I represent all South Park, Colorado. Thank you, God. Jesus.
Cartman, you fat ass, get offline.
Didn't South Park do a thing about John Cena and Edge? Am I mistaken there? I don't know.
No.
I'm sure they did like a mock on the John Cena and Edge thing, but maybe I'm making that up. So if you didn't watch Raw, I suppose I'll just get TJ's thoughts. Juice on knocked off Chad Gable, Sister Abigail, or whatever they're calling her, Abby the Witch, came out and gave another gift
the way Jay
to
Uso left out of there is exactly what me and Handles Juice would have did. Yeet, bye.
Yeet, bye. See you later. That was funny.
None of the smoke.
Now, I like what Bordells is doing. If you didn't get a chance to watch Byron, the Bordell stuff, I recommend going back and watching that. That's good. But Sister Abigail, or I'll call her Sister Abigail, coming out every weekend giving a gift to Michael Cole. It's like, I'm already bored.
No, it's the head games. It's art. So basically, what Bo is doing, he's trying to reinvent his brother's vision.
This week was good, but what someone pointed out on Facebook, they went from very modern the QR codes to VHS. Like they're obsolete.
Facts.
Two more comments, but I'll read them. Is this a wrestling podcast where I'm anime? I can't even pronounce that name. Fest. It's a wrestling and movie, a little bit of movie, mostly wrestling. The Rock. I'm falling over again. I'm falling over that comment.
Yeah,
The Rock sucks. The Rock sucks, and no, he doesn't. He's the greatest. Well, the biggest movie star in the world, and Reigns is the greatest of all time. Anyway, moving on. Bronson Reed, Haha, Muppet, because I just dropped my phone. Okay. Bronson Reed put away Pete Dunne, which I didn't like, but fair enough. And then Sami Zayn came out, Bron Breakker came out, Bron attacks him. TJ, your thoughts on Reed getting the win and the Sami Zayn segment?
So with Reed getting the win, that's actually building Reed up to go against Sheamus, but it seems like Sheamus and Pete Dunne have some unfinished business. Like, Pete Dunne is mad, like, motherfucker, you abandoned me. Motherfucker, I had to go out on my own because of you, and now you want a hug? Oh, no, that friendship dead. We ain't doing that. That's what we won't do. Bye.
Friendship dead.
Well, yeah, I suppose also they only had some good when TJ puts it like that. Did it raw, did have some good bits. Yeah. Bruiserweight, I'll correct Rick Cartman, even though it's a fake account and you haven't come on your real name, but whatever. When TJ puts it like that, there were some good little bits about Raw, like looking back at it. You give Pete Dunne a storyline, that storyline he's fended off. Okay, a question for you, TJ. Do you like wrestling?
More than life itself.
Here we go. Why would he be on a wrestling podcast if he didn't like wrestling? Anyway, think about your questions, Eric Cartman. But Pete Dunne fended off, like Sheamus was trying to like help Pete Dunne, and Pete was fending him off, and you've got that storyline now. So, and your thoughts on the Sami Zayn, Bron Breakker thing, TJ?
So it looks like it's going to be Breakker and Zayn at SummerSlam. And Sammy loves to defy the odds, but Breaker is going to try to destroy him. But also Iliad is now a factor, so it's going to probably be a triple threat. But then again, Sammy loves to defy the odds.
And I'm just slightly distracted. Eric, comment on afterwards. That helps out the algorithm. I appreciate your comments now, but if you comment all of these questions later, that's what helps me out. Anyway, you want to help me? That's what you do. You do all these questions later on, and I'll answer them later. The Judgment Day, I like that Finn Balor's starting to pick up wins, knocked off Braun Strowman. I love Sami Zayn. Who doesn't? Sami Zayn's great. Judgment Day knocked off Braun Strowman and
Awesome Truth.
Yeah, I like that Finn Balor's picking up wins, probably to the eventual turn of Damian Priest. So the planting the seeds early, and I like that. So your thoughts?
He's going to turn on Damian Priest, and he's probably going to come back as the Demon and come after the title. Also, Awesome Truth is starting to slowly disintegrate before our eyes. They're funny, but they can only be but so funny, and they need to go their separate ways. So that way, Truth can have a serious run, and Miz is actually one of the greatest of all time. Miz is actually, I would go on a limb and say, Miz is better than Daniel Bryan.
Oh, in ring, no. As character, yeah.
Ring. Because I remember Miz in 1999 when he was on a reality show, The Real World New York, and he was telling everybody he was going to be a wrestler. He was going to be a wrestler. And everybody laughed at the Miz and said, you ain't going to be a wrestler. But now, what is he today? He's a 2-time Grand Slam champion. So
will you be watching his Legend episode this Sunday?
Yeah.
Oh, his Legends episode, yeah.
Yeah, I'll watch that. I don't think he's arguable a legend. Well, okay. When you think legend, you think Rock, Hogan, Cena, Andre the Giant. But I suppose Miz is a legend.
I mean, Coco Beware is in the Hall of Fame. What can we say about legends?
The Great Khali's in the Hall of Fame. It means nothing.
I mean, we won't say who else is in the Hall of Fame.
Who?
We're not going to say his name. He won't appear.
Cena.
No, or Agent Orange.
Oh, we forgot that. Actually, we forgot that. Going back to Money in the Bank, we forgot that bit. John Cena returned. So, okay, we forgot two bits. Trish Stratus. So, okay, let's very quickly go back to Money in the Bank. Trish Stratus hosting and John Cena returning to say we're going to retire next year, do a full year of work, and that's it. Cool. Hopefully, Cena actually gets some wins because he hasn't won a match since 2018. So beating him really, it's a big win, but it also really means nothing when he's losing all the time. So TJ, your thoughts on Trish and Cena?
Because he's doing an anti-Hogan. He's actually putting people over. Remember the Firehouse? Remember during the Firefly match where Cena's worst nightmare was that he would beat Hulk Hogan?
Yeah.
Well, after that match, Cena realized he would never be like Hulk Hogan, and he doesn't want to bury people anymore, so he puts them over.
Yeah.
1 second, Ricky, can I ask you a question? Well, if it's sensible, yes. Otherwise, I won't be putting it on screen. Something that I'm not even going to show the other comment he said. He said Donald Trump's in the Hall of Fame and just some other weird stuff. Anyway, which is true. Donald Trump is in the Hall of Fame, which kind of says it all. Byron, your thoughts on Trish hosting and John Cena returning?
It's a good thing that Peacemaker films in Canada because that's the only reason that he was able to make that thing. I personally love when Trish comes back because Thank You, Trish was one of the best storylines that helped WWE build new people.
and still looks damn good for it. She's 47 and still looks damn good.
Yeah. Yeah.
And I knew the question for Mary.
No, don't answer that question.
Can you read the comments, TJ?
Yes, but I'm not answering that question.
All right, I didn't know you could read them.
Yeah,
Right.
I can read them.
I ain't answering that question.
All right, I thought it was just me that could read them. Okay, then. I've just learned something new there. And yeah, I won't be answering that question. Anyway, ask me a question about Reigns and The Rock, and I'm happy to answer. W Control Ilya Dragunov knocked off Bron Breakker by DQ. Cool. I'll move quickly to the next match and get your thoughts on both, TJ. Damage Control, much needed win over Lara Valkyria, Indy Hartwell. So the KCs, Katana Chance and Karen Carter, Shayna Baszler, Zoe Stark, and Sonya Deville attack. Cool. Let's see. Hope something's done. Like I say, saying each and every time about Shayna, she should be a multi-time world champion. She's legit. It's just, I suppose, it doesn't have a personality that stops her doing that. TJ, your thoughts on Ilya and Damage Control?
Shayna Deville and Stark, their team actually had a longer name. Do you know what their team's name actually officially is?
I don't think it was an announcement, was it? But what is it?
Mom, there are three big lesbian wrestlers coming to the ring.
I don't think it's that.
That
But
was a joke.
okay, wait, right. Your thoughts on Damage Control getting the win, and yeah.
This will be the first time that Triple H books Sonya Deville. And Sonya Deville is not a slouch in the fighting department. Like, Sonya Deville was MMA as well, and actually had a better record than Shayna Baszler. So, going from there, it's going to be very interesting to see Triple H book that particular faction.
And just one very quick way, if you can read the questions as well, TJ, but I'll play. You've got a question. What's wrong with being lesbian? Nothing. But go on.
Nothing.
Go on to answer, TJ.
Nothing's wrong with being a lesbian.
Right. I don't know how that is about Roman Reigns, but there you go. Anyway, Reigns wasn't mentioned at all there. Ugh. And we can both get your thoughts for the final segment of Raw. There was Dominic Mysterio, damn lucky teaming with Liv Morgan.
He just wanted some nuggies and some chocolate milk.
And another question: where's Ian? His girlfriend's sister's birthday party or something? And if it wasn't for TJ and Byron, it'd be another week he lets me down. But whatever, I'll be dealing with that later. Anyway, Dominic pinned Rey Mysterio, and then we had the return of Rhea Ripley. My rating is bronze. Your thoughts, TJ, and rating?
Okay, my thoughts on Raw is I'm going to give it a gold minus because Rhea Ripley came back. It was cooking with Deville, Stark, and Baszler. It was, and we got to, what else did we get to see? Oh, and we got to see that basically Damian was just trying to get his shit together a whole night. He was like, yo, get your act together. He's like, you know what? I got a surprise for you. You'll see later tonight. He knew the whole time because backstage he was laughing. And because I think Dom is either going to turn on, Dom's either going to turn on him, or he's going to turn on Dom.
Yeah.
And very quickly, other people have lives. Yes, but how dare they have a life? They should be on here with the excellence one, Ricky Golden. That was in character. That was definitely in character.
Right.
Byron, your thoughts on the match and Rhea returning?
The match was solid. watching him beat Ray with Eddie's finisher was like bon appetit. Finally getting the win. The Ripley thing, which was foreshadowed by Damian Priest, was hilarious. CM Punk and Seth Rollins. Like I said earlier, when I thought we were voting on this, it's still going with my gold minus.
And the Liv Dominic there, that's definitely heating up. How can Dominic even resist?
Liv is on the run now.
Do I watch other wrestling podcasts? Yes, Jim Cornette I'll watch, Eric Bischoff a little bit, Booker T a little bit, Kevin Nash a little bit, Stash Club Pro on YouTube. I watch that every week. If you've heard of that, great. If you haven't, so yeah, I watch a lot. Mainly Jim Cornette, but give me 1 second. I do need the toilet. We'll get to anything in a second. Give me 1 second. Talk amongst yourselves, TJ and Byron.
All right, so
hey, did you see the shirt that Rhea Ripley came out with though?
the Brutality Tour.
The Brutality Tour, like crossed out all Liv Morgan stuff. I think that was brilliant.
So and now Liv has everything she wants almost from her. She just needs one more thing.
Mm-hmm.
But now Rhea's coming back as a face. And so my thing is Judgment Day. I don't think
Rhea was ever not a face though.
Rhea was just over. She was super over.
She is faced internally. She's listed as face now, and the rest of the Judgment Day are heel. So that's going to make things interesting.
Okay, yeah.
Speaking of interesting, NXT, what a show it was! Wow. So, Ethan Page coming out, Trick Williams did, Sean Spears did, Javon Evans did, Brawl to start things. Ethan Page is a heat magnet. So I'll get your thoughts on that, and also the next match. So Carmen Petrovic get a win against Ariana Grace. If Carmen's going to get a push, why not? So TJ, your thoughts on the opening segment and the match?
So for the opening segment, I feel like it was just an opening segment. It was nice seeing Ora Mensah. That's about it. But it was just a lead up to the main event, which we will not spoil.
And Carmen Petrovic beating Ariana Grace.
Carmen Petrovic, Carmen Petrovic beating Ariana Grace was okay. But the attack afterwards by Jasmine Ninks and JC Jane, that's what's going to come back to bite them later.
And very quickly on to this, does Ricky Goldman have a job? I'm a multi-billionaire. But in real life, I work in a bar. But, yes, I work in a pub. Okay. Pub, bar, call it what you like. But Ricky Goldman, if you're a multi-billionaire, acknowledge me. Anyway, why am I here? I don't know why you're here, Eric. Go then if you don't like it. Byron, your thoughts on the only segment of NXT and Carmen knocking off Ariana Grace?
I think Carmen kind of needed the win after she lost to Jasmine Nix. So she had to kind of but Carmen's not interesting. Ariana Grace has way more character. She's probably an overall better wrestler. Like Carmen Petrovic looks like PlayStation 1 Lara Croft. Like her face has got this weird two-dimensional shape.
Not PlayStation. I was going to say Uma Thurman.
Yeah, but I don't want to insult Uma Thurman.
She's just trying to find Bill so she can kill him.
Yeah.
You not like that she does with a sword now?
Nah, because when Nikita Lyons came out, she came out with nunchucks, and nunchucks will beat a sword.
Okay.
Yeah, but Nikita Lyons also had a bakery.
Does she? Have you been to it?
No, a bakery is a colloquial term. He knows what I mean.
All right, I thought you meant whether to say sell cakes and.
No, she got cakes.
She got cakes.
I know what you mean now. Right, just slowing the uptake.
It's all good.
Right, sorry. Yeah, Tony D'Angelo retained against Lexus King, retained the Heritage Cup. Cool. Gallus knocked off Tariq Igwe, Tyson DuPont. I would have had Gallus lose this. But okay.
So the fact of the matter is, for the Heritage Cup, I like the fact they had Eddie Thorpe DJing during the match to distract Lexus King.
Yeah, no, I thought that was awful. When they playing, I get it, but playing music throughout each round, I was just like, oh, not for me.
You know he's a real life DJ.
And that's cool. That it's cool that he's getting to promote that. Great, but that just wasn't for me.
I mean, so was Idris Elba, but like we kind of know him for. We kind of expect different things from him.
Your thoughts, TJ, on Gallus defeating Tariq Igwe and Tyson DuPont?
Oh, I'm not sure this is the way that you want to like debut a group like that or debut a new team. Like Out of the Mud kind of got like beat up from the point that they debuted. Now you're doing it again with Igwe and what's the other guy's name? Igwe and DuPont. And the best thing about that segment was Joe Henry.
Don't spoil it yet. We're just going to go into that at the end of the end. Have our podcast with other podcasters haven't, but would like to do. Oh God! Ask you a question? No, I don't care. You're here to ask me questions. You're here to acknowledge me. Anyway, okay then, Eric. Who's your favorite wrestler of all time? How long have you been watching wrestling? There you go. Answer that. Tyson, so Wes Lee came out, cut a good promo, and who debuted? The Rascalz! The Rascalz in WWE, NXT still WWE. Just wow. I love the TNA thing. You have no idea who's turning up.
I love the fact that they had the MSK theme going, though. Because that was like him and Wes.
But
just wow.
Ricky, who called it?
You did.
I called it though.
Like y'all know what MSK stands for, right?
No, what is it?
Marijuana smoking kids.
Is it? I thought it was just knitted.
So when they were in the Rascalz, they used to always like when they would like have their little plans, they would all be all this smoke in the thing, and them like coming like being real introspective and shit.
Oh shit! I would love to be an MSK.
I thought it was just three random.
Right now, we literally just saw you 5 minutes ago.
I just thought it was three random letters just made up. I didn't know it stood for anything.
No, and trust me, Ricky, there are a lot of states in America where marijuana smoking is now legal.
Is it legal in Baltimore?
Yes.
What about Virginia? Is it illegal there?
It's decriminalized, but it's not legal.
But yeah, your thoughts on PJ on the debut of the Rascalz in WWE?
I love it. I'm here for it. I want to see more.
Well, you called it more for Heatwave, but you still called it, so. Thea Hale picked up a win against Izzy Dame. OTM picked up a win against the Good Brothers. So, first of all, two things, TJ. Your thoughts on both, and also who's heel, who's face? Are OTM face and the Good Brothers a heel, or what?
OTM and the Good Brothers are face, and OTM are heel. Because Mia Yim and Jada Parker had their thing going on.
Okay. Oh, yeah, true. Yeah, true. Yeah.
And as far as Thea Hale and Izzy Dame goes, Thea Hale needed that win, and Izzy Dame is being stalked by
Tatum Paxley.
Tatum Paxley. But Tatum Paxley has a weird kind of kinship bond with Wendy Cho, who looks like she had a nightmare where she's not waking up from.
I love that. Again, I've said it before. Well, first of all, I'll answer this question. God, have other podcasts been on here? Yes. Why are the governors on NXT? Because they're doing nothing on the main roster. I've said it before, NXT like the Attitude Era. Everybody has a role, whether that be the champion or that be Brooks Jensen. Everyone from top to bottom has some sort of role, and that's just amazing. So your thoughts, Byron, on Thea Hale getting the win against Izzy Damon or TM picking up the win against Good Brothers?
Like OTM needed this win to be taken seriously at all. Especially given the fact that because if they didn't win, you're gonna start to kind of wonder, why is Jada Parker still around them? She's winning, she's a star, she has it. What are these dudes just hanging for? Thea Hale is definitely one of their big future people. Like, she's only 20 years old. I mean, she's a great talent. She brings the energy. She's fun to watch. The fact that she had on a purple Chase U shirt at the pay-per-view, at the PLE, is hilarious.
I still call them pay-per-views.
Yeah.
Do you think Tia goes on to beat Roxanne or is it too early?
Way too early. Thea Hale's not going to be Thea Hale might not ever be NXT champion.
Who other podcasts have been on here? Bobby from the Nerdic Pro Wrestling Podcast. Why I told you when you just disrespected me, so I can go to their podcast you're Common. You're in the presence of greatness. Anyway, Sol Ruco knocked off Fallon Henley. That was a nice, good win for her.
You got to jump there for the veterans of the women's locker room.
Did you enjoy Sol Ruco, getting a win, Byron?
If you want to call it that, it's really more of the way they kind of made it look. Well, it was just a no contest because the referee just said, "All right, these people are here, just now they about to beat her senseless." So I don't know. Like I said, I'm not fully sold on Sol Ruco yet.
NXT's hotting up because Cedric Alexander and Ashanti the Adonis. Cedric is uber talented. You saw a couple of matches he had with Dragon Lee on SmackDown. You thought they were going to do something with him there. They didn't. They're both doing nothing on the main roster, so why not send them to NXT? They can do something, maybe be a tag team later down the line. Cedric is super talented.
Yeah.
Why not? Your thoughts, TJ, on this?
My thoughts are that, hey, it is what it is. They're in NXT. Let's see what they do.
Yeah.
Well, Cedric is super talented. Do you like it, Byron?
I like Cedric. I've always liked Cedric. When Cedric does the spinal tap, I thought that was one of the most innovative moves that I had seen in a really long time.
Do you like that Ashanti's gone with him to NXT, or are you not too fussed about him?
The last time I remember really Ashanti was Hit Row, and I wasn't too impressed, but everybody who talks about Ashanti in podcasts, they speak very highly of him. Even Patrick Clark, who used to be Velveteen Dream, speaks highly of Ashanti, so I'm willing to give him a shot.
To close out NXT, do you believe in Joe Hendry? Joe Hendry and Trick Williams knocking off Ethan Page and Sean Spears. Joey super over. The fans love him. I loved how they hinted it all night. Yeah. Now there's no Joe now, and the TNA thing, the TNA logo, that was cool. Seeing a TNA logo on WWE TV. Does Joe now go after?
Or Robert Stone said, "Don't you dare say his name."
And Wolfgang said, that Scottish guy over in TNA, and then he got cut off. Don't say his name. Hinted all night, which was amazing. Now, does Joe go after Ethan? We'll have to wait and see that. That's for another time, though. Byron, did you enjoy the main event?
I definitely did. I enjoy everything that Joe Henry does lately. And it's funny because I really was in the beginning. I was not a believer in Joe Henry, but now I think I am.
Joe Henry got
I love
banned.
the
He
fact
made
that
banned
Joe
from.
Henry got the pin though. That's huge. Joe Henry pinned the NXT. I mean, he basically pinned an NXT guy in the main event. That's awesome.
Yeah, a guy from another company pinned a WWE guy.
Mm-hmm.
Amazing. TJ, your thoughts?
Sean Henry, Joe Henry was good with me when he made banned from diving.
What you said about Flop Dollar?
Yeah, you are banned from diving.
So I'm going to give NXT a big, massive, solid gold. It was fantastic. You had the Rascalz, you had Joe Henry, you had people getting a push. Yeah, your rating, TJ.
My rating is a solid gold A+. I was on the edge of my seat all night. I didn't turn the channel. I didn't go to commercials. I was there.
And Byron, your rating.
It was a gold. I mean, everything that they're doing right now, right now, if you're a wrestling fan, you just let Shawn Michaels cook.
NXT Z brand, SmackDown NXT, Raw's not so good, but
Yep.
Gonna
Let that man.
One more ad here, and then we'll get into the final segment here, and then we'll do a bit of promotion for TJ and Byron. But let me play this first.
To never miss a second, never miss an upload, never miss anything I do, and never miss when I go live doing watch parties and my brand new podcast live Wednesday nights at 8 p.m. The Raining Rock Podcast. Add me on Facebook, Ricky J. Pate. Whilst there, search on Facebook WWA World Wrestling Alliance. Follow me on X at Ricky Goldmans. Head over to Pro Wrestling Tees and search Goldmans1 and head over to my YouTube channel. Search, like, and subscribe to the People's Wrestling Channel. That once again, the People's Wrestling Channel.
That is right. All my socials and me follow me, do all of that. The most important thing you do, like and subscribe. What can they do, TJ?
What you say?
The most important thing people can do here is
like, share, and subscribe. And
correct.
comment.
Byron, what can they do?
Like, share, subscribe, comment, and tell a friend.
Yeah, that's right. And get to FTW, the number one predictions group in the world.
Let's make him the British Logan Paul.
and definitely not. He does a lot of work. But unfortunately, it's a dream. But anyway, final segment is so news and headlines. Two pieces of news. First of all, Damon Kemp leaving WWE. Real no shocker here. Nothing. They put him into no quarter catch crew. But that was it. Byron, you think he goes to TNA, AEW, or nothing?
I don't think he does anything at this point. Like I think his wrestling career is over.
Wow.
Yeah, I think Damon Kemp.
No, I don't think it's over.
He never really impressed, and I don't really think he really had a full following. WWE only hired him as like a favor to get Gable, and then Gable turned out to be a huge flop. So.
If he shows up in TNA, I won't be too shocked, but
who knows? He might become a football player.
All right.
Maybe.
American football player.
And the other piece of news is you can get your thoughts on this if you want, TJ. Now, thank you, Tony Khan. He provides news for us, so in a way, thank you. But his latest thing is people are jealous of his ratings. The ratings of 500,000 or 300,000 or 400,000 for Collision and Rampage. Just no. TNA might be jealous, but I don't even think they are. They probably get better ratings than Collision and Rampage. Byron, your thoughts on what Tony Khan has said?
Man, Tony Khan Tony Khan, I think when you reach a level of being like your net worth is like billions of dollars, like you don't have to say intelligent things. Like think about this. Elon Musk rails against everything digital and electronic, and he built his whole career in it. He said, I don't trust those electronic things. I don't trust those digital things. Dude, that's your life. Every accusation is a confession.
But do you not think it makes AEW look like I said earlier, just imagine a scenario, totally imaginary here, but The Rock or Triple H or Emmanuel or Nick, even Vince won't come out and say all these ridiculous things because just no.
I'm gonna tell you something that my dad told me when I was younger. You never have to brag on yourself. A lion doesn't have to tell you it's a lion. You already know. WWE doesn't have to tell you that they're the best because you already know. When somebody's beating their chest and trying to be a little bit too loud and stepping out of themselves, they're doing it out of a place of usually insecurity, and they're trying to prove something. But when you're the best,
I'm going to steal that. A lion doesn't have to tell you it's a lion. I'm going to steal that saying. And TJ, have you got any thoughts on Tony Khan? If you haven't, it's fine.
Well, whatever Tony Khan must has the same dealer as Donald Trump because he owns something. I think he does coke.
Well, yeah, a lot of people say that he looks high all the time.
Cocaine Khan.
So let's get to some promotion here. We'll start with you, Byron. So FTW, tell people about that.
Let me tell you, FTW is the best opportunity you have to get into the game. We predict on weekly shows, PLEs, pay-per-views. We try to pick. You pick who you think is going to win. You pick what you think is going to happen during the match. You create your character. You go for championships. As a matter of fact, we have an FTW championship, a live FTW championship as well. So just so you guys know, enjoy it. It's probably the most fun that you'll have watching wrestling because it puts you in the game.
And I think I've got a picture. I'll try and find that in a second. But as you promote this, Geek 5 Nation, but more importantly, I think your wrestling articles. You want to talk about that? Right.
So for Geek 5 Nations, which we have like over 100,000 followers across different social media platforms, kind of an up and coming website. One of the big things for us is that I am the primary, and for the most part, I'm like one of the only wrestling writers for the site. So I don't try to give I'm not Sports Keita, so I'm not trash, but I try to go in depth on things and really give people things to think about and such. And if you go on to Geek Vibe Nation, you'll see me holding this, the FTW World Championship.
Very nice championship. The TJ has come back into the Royal Rumble. He comes. The only titles I've got quickly are what you saw earlier. Give me 1 second. That is a very cheap replica. It's metal, but very, very cheap. And 1 second. Let me put the title there. Ugh. And commemorative WWE one. So it's like a plastic commemorative one.
Oh, okay.
And then I've got kiddie ones. You can see in the background. I've got the kiddie ones. I can't afford a proper belt, but And I would love to do what you're doing, like writing for wrestling. But I write my own good and bad points blog, but kind of just for myself, really. I have written in the past for a UK wrestling website, but that only lasted a few months. But yeah, that's kind of.
I used to write for Bleacher Report for a couple of years, and then I kind of gave that up, and then got back into it with Geek Vibes Nation. So,
Wow,
yeah,
very cool.
Oh yeah,
definitely connect with me after this call.
Okay,
Ricky, connect me with him.
Was it cool writing for Bleacher Report?
Oh yeah, I mean, like they offer you like nice, like they offer you some pretty decent perks. Like they give you things like, hey, if you need to get into something and you need your press credentials, we got you. You know, people will see that you write for us. So it was nice.
Have you done press then?
Yeah.
Oh wow! For what for?
I ended up going to I did press for the Hawks and the Hornets for basketball.
I mean wrestling. No wrestling.
I get to go to conventions for free.
Ah, very cool.
When I was with them, I was going to a lot of conventions for free, and I was getting articles, interviews with different people without once I said, yeah, this is such a brief report, all of a sudden everybody's like, oh yeah, I definitely want to talk to you then. Like, okay. No problem.
The convention, like I said, Love of Wrestling convention here, I've got to pay to go to. And I've interviewed a UK wrestler last week, but I suppose it's a start, isn't it?
Yeah, you gotta start somewhere, and that's the whole
we
thing.
Can't all start on CVV's level, Chris Van Vliet's level of interviewing The Rock.
Exactly.
TJ, you want to promote your friends?
Oh yes,
the Wrestling Realm returns.
Yes, my friend. Also, I have to promote my frat brother Brandon Guy's promotion. Not promotion, but his YouTube channel, Championship Culture. Championship Culture discusses the history and the lineage behind everything that is related to the championship of every championship, from WWE, WCW, ECW, even has some of the replica championships. He did a really touching special on Bray Wyatt's championship. So go check out Championship Culture.
If you're a fan of championship titles, certainly head over to the YouTube channel. More importantly, I would say the Wrestling Realm returns. All of them seem to have just a collection of titles behind them. If you've got the money, great. I haven't. I prefer to go to shows, but it is what it is. If you can afford the titles at £400 or £500 a piece, okay. And yes, definitely head over to FTW, the greatest predictions league there is. Even putting that over mine. But yes, it's a great predictions league.
Oh yeah, this is where the best is, literally.
And if you want to show off that title again, people can try and win that title and take that title away from you. I haven't even got close to winning that, but it is what it is.
Close, bro. You were close this past weekend. You were number one contender. I'm trying to tell you, you were in the number one contenders match.
About as close as Logan Paul is to being The Rock. About that close. Not close at all.
You just had the unfortunate ability to be in there with King Bad. He's a tough competitor.
And I'll certainly get TJ into FTW. I'll send him an invite, get him in as well. And then TJ can bring in other people. I know he knows a few other people. I know he knows Marcus and Romeo. I don't know if he knows. He knows a few other people. And his frat brother, whatever that is. I don't know. It's an American term, isn't it? But yeah, get him in as well. So yeah, invite you to FTW. Grow.
Definitely.
There we are. So I'll put you backstage just for the moment, TJ. Thank you for joining me. Muted.
I'm here. Still here.
Got it. So yeah, thank you this week.
Thank you.
And yeah, see Byron, if anybody wants a shot at that title, they're going to come for you. I'm eyeing up that championship, but of course I have my own. So Ricky Gullman don't need that belt. Again, that's in character. Get out of character, Ricky. Anyway, so yeah, thank you for joining me.
Thank you for having me.
And I'll just finish up here. So do join me again doing this next week. And then August 1st, try and get Byron on, try and get Byron back doing SummerSlam predictions. Also, I'll discuss with him about getting him on for the It Doesn't Matter quiz. Byron can go one-on-one with TJ, see if TJ can hold on to that championship. Let's wait and see. So hopefully you'll see another version of the It Doesn't Matter quiz. Check out this next week, like I said, and August 1st, SummerSlam predictions. But for now, it is Ricky Gullman out. Okay, we've got a comment here very quickly. Hi, from Eric Cartman. Ugh. So like, subscribe, and Ricky Gullman out.